Good morning, students. Today we are going to see that in class 7 chapter 4 direct and inverse proportion. Okay, in last year you studied, before you are going to see direct and inverse, we have to recap the ratio and proportion. So last year you studied ratio. Ratio is what? Ratio is the comparison of two quantities of the same kind. So we have to compare the two quantities of the same kind is called ratio. So for example, we compare two alphabets. We can written A is to B. A is to B. Okay. Next, proportion. When two ratios A is to B and C is to D are equal, when two ratios are equal, then we say that the ratios are proportion. Then we say that the ratios are in proportion. So how we denote that? A is to B proportion, C is to D. That is A is to B is as C is to D. So this is ratio and proportion. Now we are going to see that direct proportion. Direct, in the proportion, in two ways we have to comparison the two quantities, two ratios. Like that, the proportion here also we compare the two ratios in two ways. One is direct proportion, another one is inverse proportion. First we are going to see the direct proportion. So what is direct proportion? So when we compare the two quantities, that one quantity is increased, another quantity also will increase. Okay, we have to say that they are in direct proportion. So for example, see, a dozen bananas cost is 20. Dozen means what? 12 items. So 12 bananas cost is 20 rupees. What is the price of 48 bananas? So 12 banana is 20 rupees. We compare the two quantities, that is bananas and their cost. So 12 banana is 20 rupees. 48 banana, what is the cost of 48 banana? So when we compare this two, it will increase 12 to 48. Bananas first they given 12. It will increase to 40. So 48 bananas means what? So it is increase. Increase means we have to put the arrow mark up. If 12 banana is 20 rupees, surely 48 banana also will cost will, how much we don't know, but the cost will increase. So the bananas when increase, the cost also will increase. So this is called, as bananas increase, the cost also increase. So the quantities are in direct proportion. So the quantities are in direct proportion. We have to say this is only example. When one quantity is increase, another also will increase. One is decrease, another one also will decrease. Both the one do the same. It both will increase or both will decrease. If both is increase, it is direct proportion. So direct proportion, how we can write? We can compare this. So 12 by 48 is equal to 20 by x. 12 by 48 is equal to 20 by x. Directly we write it in the fraction. And then we have to do the cross multiplication. 12 into x is equal to 20 into 40. 48. Okay. Next we want x value. So we have to 12 bring this side. 20 into 48 divide by 12. So 1 12 is 12. 4 12s are 48. So 1 12 is 12. 4 12s are 48. So 20 into 4 80. So the cost of 48 bananas is rupees 80. So this is when we compare the two quantities, both will increase. We say that they are in direct proportion. We will see the another example. A group of 21 students paid. Next example is exercise 4.1 to sum. A group of 21 students paid rupees 840 as the entry fee for a magic show. How many students enter the magic show if the total amount paid was rupees 1680? So what? A group of students, here they compare the students and their entry fee, number of students and the entry fee amount. The students, they how much the amount they paid. So when we written, so what is 2 is given, which quantity is 2 is given, that we have to write first. Here they are asking number of students, so number of students we have to write second. They are given amount, both the students amount they given. So if they given 840, number of students is 21 students, they can go the magic show. If 1600 they paid the amount 1680, how many students they can see the magic show? So if amount is in 842, it's increased 1680. 842, 1800, it increase. So amount will increase, number of students also will increase. We know that because 21 students they can fee was 840. If 1680 means surely its number of students is more. So this also increase, number of students also increase. So as the amount increase, the number of students also increase. So the quantities are in direct proportion because both things increase. So how we have to write directly? We can write this in fraction. 840 divided by 1680 is equal to 21 by x. So we have to do the cross multiplication. So we want x. Next we keep the x's left side. Remaining we have to bring to the right side. I cancel 0, 0. So 84. 121 is 21. 4 21s are 84. So 1 4 is 4. 4 4s are 16. 2 4s are 8. So number of students can participate? 42. So number of students enter the magic show? 42. If the amount paid 1680, number of students enter the magic show is 42. Next, fifth question. A birthday party is arranged in the third floor. A birthday party is arranged in third floor of a hotel. 120 people take 8 trips in a lift to go to the party hall. See, a birthday party arranged in the third floor of the hotel. 120 people take 8 trips. In 8 trips, lift they go 8 trips. 120 people they can go to the party hall. If 12 trips were made, how many people would have attend the party? 8 trips means 120 people attend the party. If they go 12 trips, how many people? Here what is two quantities given? Number of trips is given, people only they are asking. So what they are asked, we have to write left. Second, first what is given? Number of trips is given. So 8 trips, 121 people. 12 trips, number of people we have to find. So you know that number of trips, 8 trips to 12 trips, it is increase. 8 trips to 8 is more only 12. So it is increase. Now we compare 8 trips, 120 people means 20 trips surely more number of people. So this increase, number of trips is increase, number of people also will increase. So the quantities are in direct proportion. So we have to write 8 by 12, 120 by x. Next we do the cross multiplication. Next we keep x's left side, 8 you have to bring to the division. We have to write 3 4s are 12, 2 4s are 8, 1 2 is 2, 6 2s are 12, 0. So 60 into 3 is 180. So number of people attend the party. In 12 trips, 180 people attended the party. So this is direct proportion. Okay, direct proportion is what? Both, we compare the two quantities, both the quantity will increase or both will decrease. We say they are in direct proportion. Now we are going to see the inverse proportion. What is inverse proportion? Inverse proportion, when we compare the two quantities, one quantity will increase or decrease, one quantity is decrease, one is decrease, one is increase, or one is increase, another one is decrease. They are in inverse proportion. See, when we compare, 6 pumps are required to fill a water sump in 1 hour 30 minutes. 6 pumps we have to fill the water sump. Water sump we want to fill 6 pumps is filled in 1 hour 30 minutes. So what will be the time taken to fill the sump if one pump is switched off? One pump is switched off. Is remaining for how many pumps? 5 pumps. Okay, 6 pumps they can complete 1 hour 30 minutes. So to 1 hour 30 minutes I can return 90 minutes because 1 hour 60 minutes, 60 plus 30, 90 minutes. Okay, instead of 1 hour 30 minutes I return 90 minutes. So 6 pumps we open means 90 minutes we can fill that. Okay, if one pump is switched off, 5 pump means how long it will take time? Yes, the time will take more because 6 pumps it's open and flow the water, it fill the tank in 90 minutes. 6 pumps is filled only 90 minutes means 5 pump means it is take more time. So surely it will come more time. So 6 to 5 the number will decrease, but 90 minutes here surely will come more number of minutes, so it is increase. So one quantity is decrease, another one is increase. This is in inverse proportion. So number of pumps is decrease, the time is increase. If the number of pumps is decrease means the time will increase. So this is in inverse proportion. So here how we can compare? This we can write directly in the proportion, but here we have to write in reciprocal. Okay, 90 by x we write in direct proportion, but inverse we have to write x by 90. We have to write in reciprocal x by 90. Next we have the same, we have to do the cross multiplication. Here only one we write, reciprocally we have to write. Okay, x into 5 is equal to 6 into 90. We have to bring x is the left side, variables is to right side. So x we want, we keep as 6 into 90 divided by 5. 1 5s are 5, 18 5s are 90. 6 into 18 is 108. 108 we change into time, 1 hour 48 minutes. The time taken is 1 hour 48 minutes. Next, a farmer has enough food for 144 ducks for 28 days. If he sells 32 ducks, how long will the food last? So a farmer had enough food. How many ducks? 144 ducks is there means the food is enough for 28 days. Okay, but next week he sells, next day he sells 32 ducks. So now the same food quantity, how long will be the food loss? The same quantity, 144 ducks means 28 days it is enough. But 32 ducks are sales, so how long will the food last? So here we compare number of ducks and number of days. So number of ducks, 144 ducks, if the food is enough for 28 days. 32 ducks he sells. So he sells means that we subtract 144, we subtract 32, remaining 112. So 112 ducks means number of days. So 144 ducks means 28 days the food is enough. But 112 ducks only is there means the food is, number of days will increase. See here 144 to 112 it is decrease, but here number of days will increase because 144 ducks is 28 days is enough for food, means 112 ducks means the food is comes more number of days, so it will increase. So one is decrease, another one is increase. So number of ducks decrease but number of days increase. This is in the inverse proportion. Okay, so one is decrease, one is increase means it is inverse proportion. So we have to write 144 divided by 112. 28 by x we can write x by 28. I told this you have to write inverse proportion, you have to write in inverse, x by 28. So 144 into cross multiplication. So and then left side x we want, so 112 we bring to the division. So we divide, 3 4s are 12, remainder 2, 6 4s are 24, 2 4s are 8, remainder 3, 8 4s are 32. So 28 will cancel, remaining x is equal to 36. So food lost in 36 days. If 112 ducks are there, food lost in 36 days. Next, it takes 60 days for 10 machines to dig a hole, assuming that all machines work at the same speed. So the 10 machines work at the same speed, dig a hole in 60 days. It takes 60 days. How long will it take 30 machines to dig the same hole? See, here they compare number of machines is number of days. 10 machines dig the hole means it takes 60 days. Okay, they told at the same speed, all the machines are same speed they told. So 10 machines take 60 days. If 30 machines, if it is come 30 machines, how many number of days? If 10 minutes take 60 days means 30 machines means surely the days will decrease. Yes, but here see 10 to 30, the number will increase but days will decrease because 10 days 60, 10 machines in 60 days means 30 machines means surely number of days will decrease. So one is increase, another one is decrease. So number of machines increase but number of days decrease. So this is in inverse proportion. So 10 by 30 is equal to x by 60. Do the cross multiplication. 60 into 10 is equal to x into 30. So x into 30 is equal to 60 into 10. X is equal to 60 into 10 divided by 30. 0, 0 we cancel. 1, 3 is 3. 2, 3 is 6. So 20. X is equal to 20. If 30 machines dig the hole, it completed in 20 days. Okay. Thank you, students. So from this, what do you understand? Direct and inverse proportion. So direct proportion means both the quantity will increase, both will decrease. But inverse proportion, one is increase means another quantity will decrease. One is decrease means another quantity will increase. So in different is it is inverse proportion. The same is direct proportion. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. After watching, subscribe and click the bell button. Thank you.